Everyone in our village knew Palych. The old man was the best beekeeper in the area. His large apiary, where his family worked, was located not far from the village, about 5 kilometers, but that wasn't the reason for his fame. Ivan Palych became famous because, in his youth, he fought in a partisan unit. There, he met his future wife, Oksana. She became not only his comrade in arms but also his closest friend after the war. Together, they endured all the horrors, and their friendship grew into true love. As adults, Ivan and Oksana married. They worked on the collective farm all their lives and were considered the best beekeepers. Their interest in beekeeping began in the 60s when Palych started keeping bees as a hobby. But over time, he became deeply involved, expanding the apiary to 20 hives. After retiring, he bought a small farm on the outskirts of the village, near the forest and a flowering meadow. Everything was ready for beekeeping, several dozen hives, and their children had long since moved away. Palych and Oksana quickly got to work. He had helped his father tend bees in childhood and remembered everything. So, in old age, he decided to pursue his favorite hobby and earn extra money. By the late 80s, Palych's honey was popular throughout the district, sold at markets and among friends. It brought in good income. One day, he noticed someone damaging the hives. To catch the thief, he decided to set a trap. He built a small hut in a hidden spot, prepared everything, and waited in the evening. The first night passed without results. He didn't sleep, on edge. On the second night, feeling exhausted, he saw a small brown shape approaching from the forest. It was a bear cub. Palych thought, finally, someone's getting to eat my honey for free. He made some noise, and the cub ran back into the forest. We need to figure out what to do, he told his wife. Oksana suggested feeding the cub honey to make it less destructive. They left pieces of honeycomb in a hive. The cub, enjoying his treat, started coming often, licking the honey jar and not damaging the hives. They guessed the cub had no mother, as he kept searching for food nearby. This continued until autumn and winter. The bear disappeared to hibernate. In early spring, he woke up grown and strong. His name was Kosolapov Clubfoot. He quickly became a regular visitor, even guarding the apiary. The old couple stopped fearing the bear. He behaved calmly, didn't steal honey, and caused no trouble. Time passed, and tough times came to the country. Oksana and Palych decided to expand their apiary, adding several dozen more hives and hiring an assistant. But they made a mistake. The new worker was a fraudster planning to extort money. Soon, bandits arrived in 2 cars. Ivan greeted them, thinking they were honey buyers, but they demanded protection money, threatening to burn the apiary if refused. They wanted 6 months' payment up front. The old couple began to think. Oksana suggested calling the police, but Ivan knew it wouldn't help. The police could only guard the farm or make things worse. They had an arsenal at home. Ivan was a hunter, and Oksana had been a sniper. They decided to defend themselves. 3 days later, the bandits returned, but the old couple stayed inside with rifles, watching. Then, the bandits started demanding money over the phone. Suddenly, a bear burst out of the forest, furious and terrifying. He tore through bushes and fences, charging into the yard. The bear even attacked one of the bandits, rising on hind legs and showing his teeth. Mikhail Ivanovich, as they called the bear, enraged, advanced, roaring and swiping at the intruders. The bear hissed, snarled, and growled, while the old couple grabbed their guns and subdued one bandit, handing him over to the police. The bear caused some chaos, but the old folks remained unharmed.